All right, y'all, we're going to be talking about the players that are trending up during training camp right now, and we'll jump straight into it, man. First off, we're going to be talking about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has looked really good to start off training camp, and I think, you know, when you're not going up against the defense consistently, and obviously you don't even have pads on, I think it's easy for a quarterback to look well, but you can tell the difference in the ball coming out of his hand, man, compared to the last couple years. And obviously we're comparing it against a guy like Daniel Jones, you know, Drew Lock, Tyrod Taylor, but Russell Wilson is going to at least have this offense potentially be average. That's what we need. Just be average. And I think Russell Wilson can get us there. We have skilled players that can make a difference, and it's looking like Russell Wilson's going to capitalize on that. Him and Malik Neighbors already, man, let's save it for the season. Save it for the season right now, man, because Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors are cooking. And some people are going to feel slighted because it's like, hey, that's against our defense. Is it our defense's fault? I want to let everyone know right now, nobody can guard Malik Neighbors one-on-one. I don't care who it is. Patrick Surtain, Sauce Gardner, I don't care who it is. Nobody can guard that man one-on-one. They can't. And as a clip I'm showing you right now with Paulson Adebo, even Paulson Adebo wasn't in a terrible, position. It's just better offense. Better offense and a good ball overall. And some may argue that the ball was kind of late. But overall, Malik Neighbors has been cooking, and I'm not surprised. He cooked last offseason, and we were just wondering if he can replicate that in the season. That held true. The biggest thing that needs to be unlocked is his deep ball ability, and Russell Wilson is going to uncork that this year for sure. This deep ball right here to Malik Neighbors is exactly what I wanted to see last year. We never got to see it with Malik Neighbors. We never saw any throw like that with him at all. And think about the play against the Cowboys where he broke the defender's ankles. He was wide open and he had to stop, turn around for the ball, completely stop. It was kind of ridiculous. Malik Neighbors is in store for a big year this year. I've been telling everyone, man, he's a top 5 receiver for sure. I don't care what the other people want to say about the AJ Browns of the world, the Amon-Ra St. Browns. We could have those arguments, but after this upcoming season, man, it's not even going to be an argument. I'm just saying. So shout out to Russell Wilson, shout out to Malik Neighbors. They're dominating, but especially Russell Wilson. When you see him getting the ball out quickly and he's spreading the ball around, Wan'Dale Robinson getting some reps down the field as well. A lot of people didn't like last year with Wan'Dale Robinson, getting a lot of catches, but they were very short in distance. And people were saying that you can't utilize him down the field. Russell Wilson's doing that. And Russell Wilson started to do that in training camp. I hope this carries over into the season because I know last year we saw it with our quarterback. But the thing is that Russell Wilson has done this in his career. He's let the ball fly in his career. Daniel Jones, we didn't really see that at him at all besides his rookie year. So it's one thing to see it in training camp and kind of worry if we're going to see in the season. For Russell Wilson, you can expect that out of Russell Wilson. And also shout out to Malik Neighbors. Staying on the opposite side of the ball, Cam Scatabo. Cam Scatabo has been in the receiving game a lot more than I thought he would have been. And granted, in college, right, and even thinking about certain performances, he had a lot of, deep catches, and he also had short catches that they utilized with him. And he got hands for sure. But as a running back, you would think he's a bruiser running back. They're going to utilize him in short distance. The Giants are going to utilize him in the passing game, and you love to see it. I'm really excited to see what he's going to be overall as a running back and how he's going to spell the other running backs that we have, Devin Singletary and Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy has been getting in the receiving game as well, and they're definitely going to utilize the running backs to do that. That's what they're going to do. They're definitely going to utilize them. And Russell Wilson has been a guy that's, he's going to take the check down. And some people are going to get worried about that, but he's going to take the check down. But it all sets up for what's happening later. But Cam Scatabo so far, I'm surprised to see the corner routes that he's running and getting a touchdown in the end zone from Jackson Dart. Those little tidbits that we're seeing from Cam Scatabo. Listen, I'm really excited to see what he's going to be during the season and overall how he's going to impact this team just in his rookie year. I think second year is obviously they're going to lean on him even more because most likely Devin Singletary will not be on this team. But Cam Scatabo so far, shout out to that guy, and his connection with Jackson Dart is looking to continue to kick off. Jackson Dart the last couple practices has been a little bit better. I've seen reports going around that he's holding the ball for too long. And once again, this is why this quarterback needs some time. He needs time to develop and needs time to get better. I don't think we should just throw him to the wolves and expect him to get better. And while trying to get better, he's getting sacked 10 times in a game or throwing 3 interceptions. We don't need to see that. That's what training camp is for. And once again, that touchdown to Cam Scatabo, really cool to see. Overall, Jackson Dart's going to continue to improve, and that's what we're here for, man. We're here to track him throughout training camp, and once the season starts, once again, this is Russell Wilson's team. I love how people made it a big deal when Russell Wilson was named QB1. We all knew this. You guys let me know in the comments, man. if you didn't expect Russell Wilson to be QB1, because that definitely was going to happen. That was the plan all along. We'll see how long it lasts, but that was the plan. Ultimately, that was the plan. Jumping onto the defense side of the ball, man. Nick Jones. If you haven't heard his name, get familiar with his name, because this is a guy that could be battling and might end up being on this roster. A nickel corner, backup nickel corner, 7th round pick for the Kansas City Chiefs a couple years back. And he hasn't really made an impact in the regular season, but he's coming out to training camp with the Giants. He agreed to try out for the team, and here we are. He's making plays on balls, man. I believe he has an interception, and he also has a couple pass deflections. He has an interception that would have been a pick 6 if it was in a real game from Jackson Dart. So he's making plays when he needs to. Is he a guy that's going to be threatening for, being on the starting defense? I don't believe so. But when you think about having a guy behind Drew Phillips, this is potentially the guy that we need. We need someone that's going to be able to, back up Drew Phillips if Drew Phillips goes down, if any DB goes down. And it's looking like Nick Jones is making his impact be felt. And once again, it's still early. We still got to get pads on. We still got to see who's making plays after that. But Nick Jones already has been making some noise. Once again, we got preseason football kicking off pretty soon as well. That's something to look forward to. And that's where these guys really start to separate themselves and try to see if they can make this team. Nick Jones as a DB, if you didn't hear his name, now you hear his name and get familiar with it, because it could be a guy that's around, man. And Tyler Nubin had a couple of pass breakups. Abdul Carter still remains to be like the star of the show. I was telling you guys the players to watch out for during the training camp process. Abdul Carter is one of them. We saw him in the A gap. We saw him lined up at edge rusher. We saw him blitzing as a linebacker. We've seen the guy everywhere, and the guy is just quicker than anybody else. He's quicker than Brian Burns, and he's quicker than Kayvon Thibodeau. You can tell his bend is insane. And I'm going to sound like I'm glazing, but the truth is that you can tell he's just cut from a different cloth compared to the guys that we have. You can just tell. I'm excited to see what Abdul Carter is going to do in the season, because once again, this is all training camp. Pads come on tomorrow. The time of this recording is Sunday morning, so this is prior to training camp on Sunday as well. But pads come on Monday, and that's when you're going to see one-on-ones being taken place. That's when you're going to see probably not a sack, but these offensive linemen and defensive linemen are going to get after it. So Abdul Carter remains the guy to be seen, man. But all these guys are trending upwards. I want you guys to let me know down below, man, right now, if I miss any player. Theo Johnson looks solid. You got Thomas Fidone making one-handed catches, but we get pads on Monday. That's when things really kick off, man. Once again, I'm pulling up August 2nd. Definitely let me know if you're going to be in the building August 2nd for training camp. I'll be looking forward to catch y'all there, man. I'm going to catch up with a couple of guys as well. And once again, let me know your thoughts on the players that I did not speak on, man. I will catch you guys in the next one. I have another video dropping tomorrow. Peace.